Hi, friends. This is Amira. I am here with the Gorgon's Tarot, and it is Monday Miscellany, so I thought I would go ahead and do a little reading. Now, the thing about readings is that they don't always have to be about huge decisions that you're making or life changing discoveries in life. Sometimes you can just have a little fun, and that's what I wanted to do with this reading. I will put a link to this spread. I found it on Pinterest and it's called You're a Badass. It's a 3 card spread about how I'm going to take over the world. So I thought, you know what, this is going to be fun. Let's give this a try. I'm shuffling this deck. I do really like the Gorgon deck. What I am finding is that it is a challenge to shuffle, and I feel like it's just because it's glossy. So I don't know if any of you out there have this deck. How do you get it to shuffle nicely? Part of it might be the fact that it's round, but I still feel like it's partly the cardstock itself. But anyway, let's set that aside. It's a 3 card reading. The design of the reading is a triangle and it reads from left to right. So we're going to start with the card on the left. And the first issue is, what makes me a badass? And here we have the Hanged One, which I took to mean that what makes me a badass is my ability to think about things before I decide to do them, to consider from different angles, different perspectives, to maybe step into someone else's point of view, and that's what makes me a badass. So here's my superpower. And now we have the 7 of Cups. And this made me giggle a bit, I have to admit. Because what I saw in this is that my superpower is my ADD. The fact that I kind of have interests in lots of things. And since I've spent a fair amount of time on this earth, I have studied a lot of topics and know a lot about a bunch of different things. So that is my superpower. Yeah, it made me laugh. Normally, I don't think of this as a strength, but in this case, I thought, it's good to see it from a different perspective. It's good to get a positive out of that. All right, we are moving on to the 3rd card, which finishes off the spread. And it's about to explain how I'm going to conquer the world. Get ready, folks. Brace yourself. This was a bit of an unexpected card. Well, I don't know what one would expect out of this, but I was still surprised by what happened next. So here we go. I got the 7 of Swords. How I'm going to conquer the world. Now, I don't need a guidebook to know that this is through treachery. But I really wanted to see what the guidebook said because I'm still trying to get to know this deck, and that's important to me. So I went to the guidebook, and here's what it says. Having executed her cunning plan to perfection, she's made away with the city's weapons, and now she stands in splendid isolation on her vantage point. Nothing really threatened her. Nobody wished her any harm. But she thought she'd be cleverer than anyone. She contemplates her grand success, but she doesn't look all that happy. That is because she is not. She is just lonely and isolated. Nobody is there to flatter her and compliment her and celebrate her brilliant and barren little coup. Her sky is empty of all but stupefying static. I really like this guidebook. I thought that was really, really lovely. And I took that to mean, okay, you can take over, you can conquer the world if you really want to. You would do it through deceit, but it's not going to make you happy. You'll just be lonely and isolated. So this deck is advising against that. And you know what? I really didn't want to conquer the world, but I thought it would be fun to just do a little quirky spread to see what would happen, what cards would come up for this. And I'm really curious about whether you've ever done the same. Have you ever done a fun spread like this? And if so, how did it go? I want to hear about it. Are you going to take over the world? If you do this spread, please tell me about that too. Feel free to comment below. All right, that has been today's Monday Miscellany. I'll be back on Wednesday with a new deck to walk through, and I will see you in that video soon. Until then, take care.